All right, everyone, we're talking about data and monitoring in terms of what's best for either health or sports performance or training. There's a lot of data out there in a great way. There's new technologies that we can monitor a lot of different things, but what out of those is the best to do? So we're going to talk about that today. Certain things we can look at now. We can look at, we have GPS watches that look at miles run, miles or distance run for, people that are playing team sports like football or basketball. There's GPS tracking to show, how the distance run there, speed and pace of those runs. So we can track, are you sprinting? Are you going on a distance run and, running at the pace you want to race at the next time? What is it? Are you running an easy run? We can look at pounds lifted. That's one that we've kind of always been able to track, but still out there for us. Or the duration of our workout. How long are you running at a fast pace for an excessive amount of time? Like time and or intensity and duration is an important thing to look at both of those of any workout. That's something we call external load. So those are metrics that are external to what our bodies are doing, and we can track that. Those are usually a little bit easier to track. Lately, we have monitoring devices that can look at our heart rate variability. You can look at our heart rate, literally at any time during the day, whether we're working out or not, to see how we're recovering. We can look at something called a session rating of perceived exertion. So that's a fancy way of saying, like, at the end of a training session or like right when you're finishing it, checking in with yourself and rating how hard that is. Usually it's on a scale of 0 to 10, where 10 is like the most impossible workout you've ever done. 0 is easy, practically laying around, and just seeing, how hard that felt on the body on any given day. That is another, those are all examples I just gave of internal load, meaning that's how your body's responding to a workout. And that session rating, like that within training session, how you would rate how hard it is, that can vary from, you could have the same workout on 2 given days. And if you're feeling a little bit more tired, you're rating that would be a lot harder. And if any of you have, done a workout on tired legs, or you've been tired or didn't get a whole lot of sleep, and, why did that workout feel so much harder than it should? That, is an important thing to track for people when we're looking at how well they're recovering from other workouts, or how well their body's responding to certain workouts, or, how, other life things that are getting in the way of how a workout's going, just because sometimes that is the case if you have, things that are taking your time away from the time that you need to recover from a workout. So with all of those things, what exactly do I monitor? Do we monitor everything? Most of us don't have time to monitor everything, but at the same time, it's not really necessary. The goal is to be as simple but as informative as possible. So picking 1 or 2 metrics that are going to answer the question that you've already asked. So what is the thing, how do I get faster? Maybe that's your goal for that season, or I need to get stronger, or I want to PR this race, so I need to get faster. Whatever it is, that question that you've already asked of how do I do that, what data responds to that exactly? So do I need to look at speed and pace of my workouts, or am I overtraining and I have a history of overtraining? So it's how do I get to the starting line of a race without getting injured? Or how do I get through a season without getting injured? Okay, maybe we need to look at recovery metrics, but we don't need to look at, just because there's companies out there that are putting out multiple types of metrics or data, or this new next bright shiny thing that we're looking at monitoring. Those aren't all really going to be the most necessary thing for you and for what you need through either rehab or a training cycle or an injury. That's all for this week. See you guys next week.